wait till the night before Christmas to be good.
In 3, 2, 1. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 36 of the Prehistoric podcast. The final part in our 12 podcasts of Christmas, number 2.
The controversial conclusion.
Incredibly controversial. We will lose fans today, this day.
Fans will be won and lost.
Won and lost. I'm Francois the Asian.
I'm a guy.
And we're not speaking.
We're not speaking.
So, in the interim in between podcast 11 and podcast 12, the three of us went about searching quite extensively for the aforementioned pre-aforementioned.
I should actually say we apologize. We should have done more research pre this. We tried to look for. Okay, so if
a statement was made.
So what are we even talking about right now? What are we talking about?
Andrew's the only one. I won't say it.
Andrew, what are we talking about right now? What is this? What is all the hullabaloo about?
The bet that we made in, what one was that?
Episode 5 or 6.
5 or 6 or something. No, it was earlier than that. It was 3. It was episode 3 of the part 3 of the 12 podcasts Christmas 2.
More certainty.
I can find it for you right now.
Certain source doll. No, that's fine.
So the debate was whether I said live tweet on the podcast or not. We know this interaction happened. Fairly certain it happened on the podcast. We believe it's in one where we're in the car. I'm fairly certain it's one where we're in the car. We believed it was the unreleased episode. We combed through that one pretty sufficiently, and the best thing I could find, anyways, doesn't really conclusively prove one way or the other. Is I say, tell us if you know the answer. It's about 20 minutes. And almost 21.
Now,
21, almost
Francois,
21 minutes.
And our contradiction with that statement is that we've very vividly remember being ruthlessly taunting Andrew after the statement was stated.
Yeah, well, I think that it might have been that, and then we were in the car, and you made fun of me off camera, and then that started the whole thing. That it could be that. I'm not saying I know that with certainty, but how I remember the interaction going is we're in the car, and I can't remember if I said it right away or if it was like after the camera showed up. I honestly can't remember that. But I said, tweet at us if you know the answer. And then you guys saying, like, we don't do this live. So, like, that's ridiculous. What do you mean they're going to live tweet us? And I said, no, I mean, after they watch the podcast, if they know the answer, they can use our Twitter and tweet at us and interact with us that way. And then
I don't remember it being that.
From there, it spiraled. Well, I'm paraphrasing. I don't
absolutely.
exactly remember my words.
Quite eloquently.
I just remember that I didn't say live because I knew we weren't filming it live. So
the way Francois and I remember it, and let's have the floor here, we remember you saying live tweet us, and then quickly remembering that, oh wait, we don't film live, so that's not the right statement, and we picked up on that immediately, and then ruthlessly taunted you.
Yeah.
Now, Francois claims that it might have happened at the table. I'm not disagreeing with that. I don't know where it happened. I can't remember.
See, that's the thing though. Is like now I'm getting like, it's just like I don't know. It's just like I have flashed my mind. It's like I can say with no certainty where it occurred.
However, now my best evidence for the fact that that this controversial engagement did not happen in the first ever podcast is because at the end of the podcast, Andrew remarks, I say, do we have Twitter? And Andrew says, yes, you can catch us on Twitter at Prehistoric Film.
See, but if you would have asked me to bet on which podcast it was in,
I would have bet that one.
I would have bet the first one.
But
so that's the thing is like, and I feel like we all thought it was in the first one.
So there's.
So I feel like we have to sit down and watch the entire first podcast one of these days, like from beginning to end. Because that's the only way.
The official first podcast also, which was the first podcast of Christmas,
which is the one at my mom and dad's house.
Yeah. Maybe like the first 3. Maybe we watched the first 3 podcasts from beginning to end.
I don't know. We just can't say at this point. It's going to require some more research. We were all fairly certain that it was in the first one. Came up short there.
So
we combed through that one. Like we almost watched the whole thing.
Now we're trying to find a consensus on the interim.
I said that in the absence of any evidence that I did say it, the fair compromise would be suspension of them saying live tweet. until we can prove
Which
that
we have currently suspended. I haven't said it yet.
but no one has to do the shower thing as of yet, and that's going to be until we find evidence that supports one claim or the other. In which case, the bet will then.
So Brad and I will essentially be living in a sort of like a Big Brother type, sort of environment.
And then what I've said then after that is, well, whatever your conscience allows that you.
But
should,
now
that
essentially, Aunt Francois and I came up with a few compromises, which I won't say any of them now.
We will not say a single
never
one.
mention social media
I
again.
said no.
We will not say the two aforementioned stricken words ever again.
I never.
The words that shall not be said.
I never said that any of these compromises they said were either good or
but-
bad. All I said was the simple phrase, whatever you think is fair and your conscience will allow, you should do.
So
the ball is entirely in your court. If you think it's okay and morally acceptable to say live tweet given the things we know now, that is your.
So I don't want
prerogative.
to pull this out. I don't want to pull out the paternal card. However, like my father said to me, and I'm sure you say to your son, if you want to go to that party, that's up to you. You can go. That's fine. It doesn't bother me at all. You have to decide whether or not you want to go to that party.
You have to decide whether or not you're a piece of shit, and go to that party.
That's not what I'm saying.
So we have to decide whether or not we're pieces of shit.
That's not at all what I'm saying. It's entirely based on. No, not at all. It's entirely what you think is fair because there's two of you and one of me, and that's how this works. So.
The words that shall not be said.
This is your decision entirely. My hands are.
Okay, our current decision, and I'm going to agree with Francois. Until we find evidence otherwise, you and I will not mention interaction on social media between
Brad and I are on
current or past tense.
Brad and I are going on lockdown.
If that's what you think is fair, then that's fine. If you don't,
Yes, that is what we think is fair.
Great.
Happiness lockdown is fair.
Doesn't matter to me whichever way you choose.
That's fine. Yeah, don't even talk about it anymore. That's what we're
then
deciding.
we're done. Let's move on.
That's what we've decided. So we will no longer, in past or present tense,
We will only refer to the words that shall not be named as the words that shall not be named.
including any social media terminology.
Yeah. Whoa, that was fucking pretty close there. That was
Okay.
dangerous there.
So
That is entirely your decision.
Oh, absolutely.
You can-
No, we agree with you. Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is.
It is
The words that shall not be named are our decision. We shall never say the words that shall not be named because they're the words that shall not be named.
and that's up to us, and not up to you. It's up to
That
us.
was our decision.
Based on our morality.
Yes.
And right now, I am on a
pretty
white
ridiculous,
high
but
horse.
White horse.
That's great. I never was attempting to be on a high horse. I'm just not.
No, but I'm not saying you are. I'm
We
saying
are on a
we
high
are.
horse right now.
Awesome.
I'm morally impervious.
Well, that's about it for this episode of the Prehistoric Podcast.
So, my goal is over Christmas to watch. I'm going to watch the first fucking 12. God damn it!
Like you're just gonna watch until you find your evidence.
I'm going to watch podcasts until the aforementioned statement is mentioned within the parameters of the podcast.
Fair.
The aforementioned statements based on
Words that shall not be
online
said.
networking on the online networking. Sites and
Jeez, you are
applications.
fucking really pushing the boundaries.
I know.
of what you're-
I'm getting a
Just
little.
refer to them as words that should not be named.
Any utterances of anything really.
Words that should not be said. I guess you can't really name words. Words that should not be said. We just call it Voldemort.
Yeah, Voldemort.
Voldemort.
Hey, Voldemort. Or is that?
Can we say Voldemort?
No, it's innuendo.
No,
It's an
that's
innuendo.
true. That's we're getting cheeky now.
Okay. So, Andrew,
Yes.
just for our pleasure's sake, I would truly appreciate if you would just say it one more time.
Say which?
The aforementioned statement.
Why?
Just for our own closure, if you could just turn to the camera, address the audience, and request the aforementioned statement.
That's never going to happen.
You won't do that?
I won't. Will I address them and ask them to live tweet us? That's what you want me to do?
It's like a warm bath. Like when you're just like
so good.
coming out of the cold into a nice warm bath, and like a hug from like a loved one you haven't seen in
If it really
years.
means that much to you, just keep saying it.
No. This is
absolutely
good.
not. We
You
made
know,
our
like
decision.
those like crazy. What is it? Priest or what movie is it where the guy like whips himself? That Christian
Fucking
Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code. Yeah, we're that guy.
Yeah.
It's like I hear you say that. It's like ooh. It's like when Victorian
It
era
hurts
people
a
saw
little
the
bit.
ankles. Of
It hurts a
women.
little bit. feels good though.
Yeah,
It's a good hurt.
like a bad. You make me feel so dirty, Andrew.
Christ.
So today on the podcast, I guess.
And our final Christmas podcast. Oh shit! I'm not wearing my hat. I feel like a right fool.
We got around to watching that awesome little movie, which I actually that was kind of fun.
What a
fucked up.
film.
What a film it was.
I mean, like I gotta say, there was definitely like awesome parts about it. Like all the sick stock footage and that fucking polar bear. That polar bear.
Polar
was
bear
sick.
suit was awesome. I think like half the budget went right to that fucking polar bear suit.
I think so, at least. So, gentlemen, let's reflect back on what we found harder, but I'm going to just say probably easier about this round of podcasts versus the other 12 podcasts of Christmas.
Big thing I found easier was we actually had a way to upload them quickly and easily
Yes.
now that I have decent internet.
Address fast internet.
So that made the process of releasing them at a regular rate more reasonable and more doable, I guess. I feel like we have a better idea of how to talk for an hour. I think we're more eloquent. I feel like we kind of transition better. Like I was just listening to that first podcast, I was like, oh my God, like we're so bad. Stuttering over our words all the time and trying to talk over each other like constantly. It happens obviously just because that's our talking style now, but
Vim and vigor.
yeah.
See, like I think I've gotten less eloquent. Like I need to tune back
need to
a little
eloquent
bit.
up.
I mean, like I was pretty drunk those last few, but damn.
And we do, as mentioned in the podcast, it is nice to have our own space now where this could just happen.
Yeah.
This is
We
good.
just have the lights set up.
Oh, that'll be fun. I just had an idea. Maybe we have like a resolution. Maybe we make like a New Year's resolution on the last podcast before whatever.
This is episode 12.
Yeah.
So
So this will probably be our last podcast till
Well,
next
my
year.
personal New Year's resolution is to fucking find out whether or not an aforementioned
resolve the
statement-
bet. Resolve the bet. That's a way to put it.
My New Year's resolution is to be more eloquent. Because I think, yeah,
I think
that'll be good.
I think we should do individual ones and then do maybe one as a podcast. What we're gonna do to increase our watchability or make this podcast.
I don't know if
more-
we are a podcast anymore. I think we're two guys and another guy. It's words
Yeah,
that can't be
that's
said.
what's going to be made about. If that's the extent where this is going, then I would rather just
You know what?
concede now and just
No.
You know what this reminds me of? Our whole thing here? The film In the Heart of the Sea. Men on a boat who hate each other trying to hunt down a large white whale.
I like that. Instead of a white whale, it's a statement.
Yeah.
I honestly don't really care enough for it to be as much of a thing as this is. So if you guys actually
But I care
give a
too
fuck.
much
We care.
for you to not care.
Now we care too much.
It's on
that's
us.
fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, you don't need to be upset. You're getting kind of upset.
I'm not upset at all.
I think in the new year we had talked. We're going to try and get more guests on. That'll be good. That'll be fun.
Yeah, actually. Fuck yeah, that'd be fun. We should do I mean, we talked about like getting just like some of the boys on occasionally,
Yeah,
and that
I have a whole guest list that I have written down that of people who would be good. Like
yeah.
I'll list some of them off. I have a whole category of musicians, so we still have to have the other two League of Wolves boys that I
That's
haven't
true,
been on. The
ugly
Johnny
ones.
Don't guys, we could have a couple podcasts where we have a few of them on.
Yep.
I'd like to have Graham Templeman on separately to talk about. He's just an interesting fucking dude. He has that Sun Temple Studios. He's a drummer in like 10 different bands.
Yeah, he's always got so much going on.
Always got so much going on. So I think it'd be really cool to have him on the podcast just because he seems like a wealth of knowledge and experiences. I'd like to try to start doing a once every 3 months type deal with Cam where he comes on and we do like a little
Try new beer. And
try
stuff.
the new beers and
Yeah.
do like have him talk about just stuff going on at the brewery, the craft. I like to have one specifically where he comes on and talks about the craft beer industry and like why it's important to the beer industry as a whole to have a craft beer industry.
Yeah,
and
that'd be cool.
Just discuss that type of thing because I think it's just an interesting topic as well as I think we have a lot of beer drinkers who are aficionados of the podcast, so it might be interesting to hear the other side of.
I know
beer.
Mackenzie loves beer, especially.
She's probably the biggest beer drinker I know personally.
Yeah,
I don't. You know what? That's someone you couldn't pull a beer out of her hand and slide a vodka water in because she wouldn't.
I would
have
say
it.
probably the reason that I drink beer today is because Mackenzie drank beer.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I remember, like she'd drink like Pill or Canadian or like a stronger beer. She likes like a Big Bear or a Colt 45.
Big Bear.
Or black ice.
She would tape them to her hands.
Yes. You love doing your Edward 40 hands,
Yeah, you
didn't
love
you,
that.
Mackenzie?
So those type of people.
Here-
And then the boys, like I just have all like I think it'd be sweet to have Suede on once. I think
That would be fun.
I think it'd be nice to have. Well, Brad said Phil wouldn't really. It's not really his thing to come on this type of thing, but maybe Phil's a call in.
Oh, we get pee calls on the fucking podcast.
Yeah, I just like for the first 5 or 10 minutes, I think he'd be like, "We're talking to a camera. This is weird." But then once
We would just have to make fun of
Well,
him.
he would just have to sit somewhere there where it's like you don't really see the camera except out of your peripherals, and you're looking at us, right?
yeah, absolutely.
So I think any of the boys would be good to have on. Any of them who want to.
I don't know why it was so easy for me to like. I don't feel like I'm talking to the camera. I do feel like I'm talking to the audience. You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
you could talk to the camera for like 2 hours and then like smash the card with a hammer, and that never happened.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's terrifying. I mean, we have had podcasts we filmed that just never happened.
They were just, boring or not. Audio didn't turn out or whatever.
Here's an idea for a resolution. I like our podcast space how it is right now, but it's like maybe we just refine it. Maybe it's like we just scooch things around a little bit and like really get like a fucking like really solid.
And you know what else would be cool is if we had guests come on that like, I don't know, like say brought us a gift, but like bring something that represents them.
Yeah,
We
because
could-
it's like I'm thinking it's like because we have our little shelf here, but if we got like maybe a taller shelf,
in the
Well,
mind.
put it back
how
here
I
so we
how
can
I
put all
see
our shit.
how I see the podcast space and how I've wanted to have it the whole time when we had the money to do this was getting those cube shelves that Kelsey has and having the background be the flags against the wall like this, the cube shelves with stuff on them behind like in front of the shelves and going maybe not all the way across but like maybe along this wall here.
Yeah.
And then I have those Darth Vader Christmas lights, and then maybe we put some other ones up just in the background to make it a little bit more interesting. And then we can have all of our stuff in the shelves and on the shelves. And
So yeah, so I think for sure like refining the whole space
Refining
and
the
like
whole
just
space,
kind of like thinking about it more and then getting a finalized like version of it.
exactly, because it would be nice to permanently have a space that's like available for a guest. We don't have to constantly shift stuff around when we have a guest on. Like there's always a chair over there that's the guest chair. Or
Yeah.
a little bench even so that 2 people could sit. Or
We need to get a chick in this company too. That's another resolution. We need to hire a chick at some point because this is ridiculous. We're a year in and we don't
are
have.
you referring to a cisgendered female?
Yes,
Okay.
a
Yeah.
chick.
Well, you're kind of
Please
like
use-
a little girl.
That's true.
Please use the proper politically correct
I mean,
terminology.
What's
most of the
politically
girls I know
correct
can
terminology?
grow better
A
mustache than you can,
cisgendered
but
female.
Caucasian.
Well, if you want to be racist,
No, I'm
about
kidding.
it. I'd like to, but at the same time, I feel like we need to find an intern first. I guess that's hiring someone, but
100%.
I'd like a couple interns next year. I think we
Like a very
we qualify for that?
attractive female intern.
Like we have a very strict sexual harassment policy, Francois. Like you will be on your.
I didn't say a fucking thing about any sort of harassment.
I know who you
I
are.
would never, I would never dream of harassing.
I know the thoughts behind those beady
I
little
would
eyes.
never dream of harassing a beautiful, intelligent.
anyway, so another interesting thing today was we finalized our space for our League of Wolves music video. We're shooting January 8th, 9th, 7th, 8th, 9th.
You just have to negotiate a price.
Just got and we've got our makeup artist, our actors, our location, our idea. So everything's really starting to come together. We got to buy a straight jacket. Don't ask. That's for personal stuff. And then I guess after that, probably like a gimp suit, gag ball. I need one of those.
Scissors for sure.
I need one
Those
of those.
gimp suits never have enough holes in them.
And I want.
Did you find my Christmas list?
And I need like like a penis clamp. And then
Careful, my penis can only get so erect.
oh my,
It's a line from a show.
like a snuff film.
No.
Let's watch a snuff film on the podcast.
It's an Archer line, Francois.
Can we
Huh?
watch?
It's an Archer line. You didn't catch that? Dr. Krieger. He's talking about the robot fight. Careful, my penis can only get so hard.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, my question. Can we watch a really gross snuff film on the podcast?
Why does that have to be gross?
I
Why
would
can't
just go to our what the fuck and we see what happens.
Oh, God.
Let's do that.
Yeah, we'll just see and just show us. Or no, our gore maybe.
Doesn't exist anymore.
They got rid of it?
What?
Are you sure?
Really? Fuck.
The most fucked up thing I ever saw in our gore was like this woman.
Yeah. No.
Fuck.
That's
Space
kinda
sticks
sad.
this must still be a thing. One thing I saw from our gore was like
Go to 4chan. They for sure have a gore thread still.
anyway, on Reddit, they had this thing. It was like this woman who was like a biker chick, and she cheated on her biker boyfriend, and then they cut all of her limbs off, and it was just photos of her torso, naked torso. It was fucked. It was a fucked up, like, don't ever sleep again kind of fucked up. Yeah.
I was like, for me, it's fucking whatever because I don't give a shit about my limbs. But
No, you're not a big limb guy.
yeah, no, I don't even know. I don't even fucking use my limbs. Ever.
Don't wait for the night before Christmas.
To be good.
Ooh.
Is that an eyeball?
That is trauma caused to an eyeball with firecrackers.
Oh, it looks broken.
I don't like it. I also like have a weak stomach. Like I can't handle this fucking shit. What is this?
Deer
Just
head.
saw this out front of work.
Is this our
morning.
fucked up?
Our what the fuck?
Go to our space sticks,
Oh no,
Andrew.
a cow.
Go to our space sticks.
Star Wars is coming out tomorrow. That's
Yes,
exciting.
we're super fucking excited to go
Yeah,
to Star Wars.
we got okay. So
Is it there? Is it gone?
I really underestimated the province of Saskatchewan's ability to buy tickets early for the Star Wars screenings. Like I knew it would be bad in Vancouver for sure because like people there are very privy to that kind of thing. But here I never think that tickets are going to be sold out too early, too much in advance. Because yeah, I went and bought those Star Wars tickets like probably a good month and a half, like 2 months ago. And when I went and bought them, every showing on the 18th was totally full. And almost every single show on the 17th, every show on the 17th was totally full, and almost every show on the 18th was totally full. But I managed to snag tickets to the 1:15 p.m. show and got some good seats. So
And I'm going on Saturday the 19th.
Yeah.
So
it's an exciting time.
I read a shower thought earlier today that said, not being excited about Star Wars is kind of like being a Jewish person in December.
It's true. I hate December. Or wait. I'm not a Jew. You'd think I was a Jew?
I could pass as Jewish pretty easily, I think.
Yeah. Well,
This is a man at the gas station refused to give this woman a cigarette, so she lights his car on fire.
That's pretty baller.
on a lone and lonesome highway east of Omaha.
Like,
Did the worst thing possible.
I just hate so many. There's so many videos of idiots doing that.
Pull the thing out.
Yeah,
of the
it's
gas
like,
tank.
why?
I love the freak gasoline fight.
Oh, in
In
Zoolander?
Zoolander.
Oh, incredible.
That's
See, the thing is, they always pull it out. They hold the thing in and then pull it out while the shit's still spurting out. It's like,
Oh.
why wouldn't you? Ugh.
guy doesn't care about traffic.
In a lone, lonesome highway east of Omaha when you're riding 16 hours. Is it a not safe for work? I need to fucking watch some porn. I haven't watched porn in forever. Is there Reddit porn? Just our porn?
There's a fucking, that picture is an elephant with a dick there.
It says no one murdered because of this image, and it's
Oh, all those things have dicks.
Is it all like
well,
Vishnu?
it's everyone except for Muhammad.
Oh.
With their
Basically,
with their
all the religious deities.
with their cocks out.
Go to r/porn.
Why?
I just want to see if there's an R porn. I'm sure there is, but like maybe it got shut off.
That's very blatant. Very to the point.
I think it's more like specific types of pornography.
Oh, no, there you go. Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Yeah, there's some sexually explicit images here.
On a lone and lonesome highway.
Is
this
what you
one.
wanted to see?
I don't hate it. This is like
really
this is like
weird.
a hardcore sex scene we're watching.
This is very aggressive.
You're the one who requested it.
Is this what do you like? Is it just a looping video?
Gifts.
Is it a GIF technically?
Yeah. There's no
GIF.
audio.
How long can a GIF be?
No, but they have that new video thing. I think they're called WebMs now. And they're like you can play them and they're like HD now. They're 1080p HD and like longer. I think I was reading.
How long is
I
a
was reading
GIF?
about them the other day. I don't know
And
how
GIFs are
long.
always soundless.
Yeah.
A guy
Holy
did
shit!
did Terminator 2 did Terminator 2 the entire film Terminator 2 Judgment Day he made into a GIF.
Really?
So you can watch all of Terminator 2 Judgment
Silently.
Day. Yeah,
With
silently.
subtitles?
I don't think so. I think it's just silent watching Terminator 2. Might be sped up
Wait,
too a
that's
bit,
little
but
bit much there.
We're watching some very graphic porn. Welcome to Christmas.
Let's stop with that.
Well,
Save that for your alone time, which you don't really get much of, I suppose.
on a lone and lonesome highway, east of Omaha. Anyway, so,
oh,
Man almost killed by a giant mirror.
what?
this is still recording, but I don't see any.
The levels.
It's
were
been like
never
that for a
started.
while. Never started. Levels never started.
Oh, okay, so it's fine then. I just
Oof.
forgot to click your inputs then. Should be fine.
Man almost killed by a giant mirror.
Oh my God!
Glances off the side.
Also,
of his
in the new year, I'm gonna fasten these tin cans better, and I'm gonna cut them a little bit, and I'm gonna put foam in the back, so they'll sound a lot nicer. They're kind of echoey right now. I'm gonna go to my little Santa's workshop. And
It's a cornea transplant. The stitches in her eye.
That's
Holy
kind of cool. That kind of gives it kind of a cool look.
Holy shit. Guy
Oh,
uses
no.
a katana to defend himself from a home invasion.
up the guy's ass.
Oh, look, he slashed his face, slashed them all up.
Oh, you shouldn't hack at people's faces like that.
Ooh.
That's tough.
Look at that.
That's a tough goal.
Like, if you're gonna do that,
That's
just
a
blow the motherfucker's head off. That is.
Oh.
That's a tough goal. That's a tough goal.
Oh, his arm, too.
Yeah, that's not a thing. Oh. I mean, don't invade a guy's home.
Like, you gotta
No.
be some kind of an asshole to be chopping somebody
This
else.
is an interesting thing.
Oh, wow.
It's a
Oh,
sex toy
right.
for simulating laying eggs inside of you.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
So these are made of gelatin. I read a Vice article about this a while ago.
Yes.
And essentially what you do is you use this hollow tube, look alien penis vagina looking thing, and you lay the eggs inside of you. You shove them down the tube and they go inside of you, whatever orifice you choose, I suppose. And they're made of gelatin, so they're meant to be in there for 20 minutes and then dissolve.
Yeah.
So there's a thing for that, and it's $1 billion. Billion. It's a, I think one company's worth $1.5 million. Jeez, I keep saying billion. $1.5 million company. This guy who makes these fucking alien things.
So if you
There's not
are
much of a market for
if
it.
you're a man or a woman interested in simulating sex with an alien in which the alien lays eggs inside of you,
This is
Suede.
This is for you.
that is definitely a thing you should use. Also, like, Suede's butt stinks a lot. So, yuck, there's that. What? Suede's butt smells.
how do
visitor-
you know that Suede's butt smells?
How do you not know that Suede's butt
I've never smelt Suede's butt.
I have many times.
You shouldn't smell Suede's butt anymore. That's not good. You shouldn't do that. You should stop smelling Suede's butt.
Well,
You stop that.
You have a smelly butt, Suede.
You stop smelling other boys' butts. No.
No, not other
stop.
boys. Just Suede and Phil and you.
That's what I'm
when you're
saying.
sleeping.
Stop smelling boys' butts. And definitely don't smell my butt when I'm sleeping.
You don't know anything. I put a pepper shaker in your ass last week.
Last week.
That's why your butt keeps sneezing. You have a sneezing butt.
That's
Oh, God, What is it?
what's happening. It's a root canal. What is that?
What is that?
It's a pus?
Yeah. From inside the tube.
I can't,
Why is
Andrew.
the
I
t- how
can't
does
do
it-
these. I can't do these.
How does a tooth have pus inside of it?
It's the gum. It's like an abscess deep.
Oh, my
down.
God, Andrew, please shut it off. Oh, my God, I'm so faint now.
Oh my god.
It's fucked. No, fuck you. You don't
This is
go
a
around
wart-
saying, like,
This is a wart removed by Black Salt.
Like, don't go around being like, oh, you should
like a pea.
You should have a stronger stomach about all this like pus and zits and shit, because we ain't getting into that today. Are you on our Andrew's favorites
I was
things?
gonna say you should see our fucking YouTube channel homepage.
I have a healthy interest in surgical procedures.
I would not say it's healthy.
Regarding cysts,
the last word I would
boils,
use healthy.
any surgical procedure.
Mostly globules containing pus.
Yeah, I was gonna say like as long as they
That's
have
part
pus.
of it.
Oh God.
Oh my fucking Christ! And I'm not even a religious man. Oh, for fuck! I thought it was off. My retina are seared. I can't.
Sure,
That's
you
it. Thanks for tuning
can. If you
in.
watch this one, I'll stop.
No, I won't. I won't watch it. So you can. I can't say words, and you. I'm not watching that. This isn't about morality. This is about sanity.
Oh my goodness. That is a stubborn.
It smells good in here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ooh, starting to
there.
come.
It's kind of a mix of like my deodorant as well as my own
Oh.
male musk.
Oh.
I've always been told I smell good.
Oh.
I can't.
Oh.
Oh my God.
It was so awful.
Oh my Jesus Christ!
There's
It
so
looks like a
much.
whipped cream can.
There's so much of it.
Oh, it looks like aerosol whipped cream.
How is that in that man's head?
That one guy who like they pump like a fucking pile. It's Andrew's favorite. That one with the guy with his back, the wing on his like back of his shoulder.
Oh, Grandpa's knee-sized cyst. Yes.
That must be
No,
the
no,
most
it's the guy that's like wife cuts it open with a fucking blade, and he just fucking like she pumps and pumps, and it shoot like 2 feet in the air, and it just keeps.
That must be the most awful smelling thing in the world.
Probably. Oh, it's been removed.
Oh. You know what I fucking saw the other day
ice
that
cream dispenser
that really
is
disturbed me? Okay, you know there's that, I can't remember what the fear is called, but there's the fear of like small holes and things like clumped together really close.
Yeah,
you ever
that was.
seen
Yeah, I remember. We talked about it on a podcast.
Yeah,
once.
and it's super fucking, it's fucked. Anyways, a guy, there's a picture on the internet of a person's hand that essentially had all these really small, deep holes in it. It looks like, you know, if you pop a pimple or like a blackhead, you have like a small
hole.
pore hole there. It was like that.
Looks like you
All
got
these-
nail run over your.
Yeah,
This
all-
actually isn't so
but
bad.
like deep. And like all
I've
these
seen
pore
this one.
holes.
It's not good.
And I like it was the most disturbing thing ever. I hate that so much.
I hate small holes. I hate groupings of small holes.
Why do faces have pores? Why?
This is fucked. This one is fucked. I've seen this one.
That's a lot of hair. How does that
Keeps
happen?
going.
It's been growing hair, and it's just been growing under his skin for weeks, months.
Anyways, we'll be done with this.
That is such a long hair.
Oh my fucking god! Well, guys, I'm passing out. This is too much. I fucking.
Okay, we're done. Don't need to be a pussy about it here.
I'm a
Is this
pussy.
on our YouTube channel again? Oh god, now our fucking YouTube channels will be flooded with that stuff again.
It's not a big deal.
No, they can't. I disabled the light.
It's like we got a whole bunch of Minecraft and fucking
I
pus
have no
videos.
idea where the Minecraft shit came from.
Oh, I don't know.
I think we just got fucking hacked. We got freaking hacked.
Anyways,
NSA hacked us. The NSA is
NSA.
trying to push their Minecraft agenda
Fucking-
again. Well, guys,
not even halfway, probably.
it was a hell of a Christmas.
Hell, Christmas.
Christmas Eve. What are you going to be doing on Christmas Eve? What's the big Christmas Eve plans?
Yeah, what are you doing over the holidays?
I am on the 20th, on the morning of the 20th, at 7 a.m. I'm leaving to go to Calgary. I'm meeting up with my friend Shay. We're going to have lunch. Then I'm driving to Radium, BC, where I'm staying for 2 days. On the 22nd of Radium, I'm leaving at 8 a.m. in the morning. I'm driving to Kimberley, BC. I'm going to be in Kimberley from about 9:30 till 1. At 1 o'clock, I'm going to drive to Lethbridge, probably get in 4:45 or 5 o'clock. Then we're meeting my sister for supper. Then we're going to have drinks, stay at her house overnight. In the morning of the 23rd, we're waking up, driving home. And then on the 23rd, I'm probably hanging out home. 24th, I'm going to Kelsey's. We're staying overnight. Morning of the 25th, we're going to wake up, do a little gift opening. Then early on the 25th, we're going to my house
For the big
Christmas. And then we're going to Christmas.
From the 25th till 28th?
Yeah, probably 29th. I don't know when Catherine and David are leaving yet. They stay the longest.
And then when are you heading back to Saskatoon?
I don't know yet.
I'm still trying
When
to
is
figure
your
out.
mother leaving?
On the 4th,
Okay.
I think. But we are going to be at the dog. I'm not sure if I'm going, but she's probably going to go to the Dog Patch board meeting on the 2nd of January.
You and I have to come back together, because I'm only taking one car to BC, and then Kelsey is coming back on the 28th.
Okay.
Because she works.
With
My red car.
with your red car. So Fran, you're gonna go back with Fran and Fran's Mercedes or Mitsubishi.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
when are
if
you
guys,
going home? When I leave?
Yeah, probably I won't. There's no reason.
are you
for me to
taking
stick
Pooter
around,
with
really.
you?
Oh yeah.
Pootski.
No, I'll just leave him here.
There's
like 10 days.
Put a mound of food and like a huge thing of water.
Well, yeah, if you guys are back in time to see my mom, sure, would you like to go for dinner and drinks or whatever, maybe one night? If
Yeah.
you guys are that around? If not, whatever. But
I would think so.
trying to think, when are we going to film another podcast? Not till the new year for sure.
Yeah, probably after the League of Wolves music video. We can probably
Maybe-
film it right after it's done.
Maybe
on the
before,
set.
maybe like leading up to it even.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Decisions will be made.
Decisions will be made. Friendships will be broken.
Well, that's
Lines will be
Spears.
crossed.
splintered. That's already been. What was
That's
that
your
thing?
choice.
What was that thing you say? We always say. Fuck. It's
Ties
like phasing
cut.
it, cutting ties.
Cutting ties.
Like literally buying a tie and bringing it in and then cutting it.
As a physical representation of what's already happened on an emotional level.
Figuratively, yeah.
A physical representation of that figuratively.
News story I just saw here. So you know the guy Martin Shkreli, the guy who hiked the price of that AIDS drug up
Oh,
to
yeah, yeah.
whatever, and he also bought the Wu-Tang Clan album. The
So wait,
unreleased
what
one.
was the Wu-Tang Clan album thing? I saw the article, but I
They
never.
sold it for $2 million. He bought it for $2 million. He has the only copy of it. He has
So
to
they
wait.
they made a bunch of songs for a CD that there's only one copy of.
Yes. And so he has the rights to that. Part of it is that Bill Murray or any of the living members of the Wu-Tang Clan can take it back at any time. One of the clauses, as well as he has to wait 10 years or something like that to release it to the public. Anyways, so that's one thing. And then he also was just yesterday night or this morning arrested by the FBI for fraud.
Yeah, the AIDS drug price is coming back down.
Well,
And
didn't
the-
another company like make the exact same drug and then sell
Basically,
it for less?
except for like they added like some other.
Well, just so it wasn't the exact same,
yeah,
but like
but it
it's
was like-
essentially the exact
Yes,
same thing.
it does the same thing. Yes. But yeah, there's a funny article I saw.
So,
Right below that was like his lawyer has decided to hike his prices up by 5,000%.
That's funny. So what was the fraud, Kate? Like, how did he
I
commit
don't-
fraud?
I know nothing about
Idea?
I don't think anything's really been released other than that he's been arrested by the FBI.
He is the greasiest looking motherfucker who has ever lived.
I also love how his thing is like he's the pharma bro. Like that's what
Pharma bro.
yeah.
He's yeah. Like send him to prison forever.
I want to
like,
see this new album.
Like he's no good.
Yeah, no good at all.
And I love that he was like defending raising the price. It's
Martin
like
Shkreli arrested. Look at the greasy fuck. Just a greasy
man,
motherfucker.
that is just such like the definition of karma.
Absolutely it is. Speaking of karma, I found possibly the greatest subreddit of all time. Petty
What are you looking for?
Revenge.
I'm just like looking up. I want to see about this album. Once Upon a Time in Shaolin is what this new album's called.
They made one copy. That
A
seems like
double album consisting of 31 tracks.
that seems like a lot of work for nobody to hear it.
Well, not immediately. They can also get it back at any time.
That's
and then
very
release it
bizarre.
Themselves.
They'll probably do that now.
Probably. They probably just did this as a publicity stunt to get more interest in it.
It's true. Didn't that guy who took like didn't that dude take some like really stupid picture too of him like fucking with a whole bunch of bling and like
Probably.
somebody should have put him down a long time ago.
I mean, he's just so evil.
The de facto leader, Robert Fitzgerald Diggs, and he calls himself RZA or RZA.
The Reza?
Rizza, is that his name?
No, the Reza. You gotta say the.
Ghostface Killer, Gizza, Inspector Deck, Master Killer, Method Man, an old dirty bastard who's dead.
Old dirty bastard.
Raquan, You God, Capadonna.
No way. This mother just shoots a half-court shot to win her tuition.
That's crazy.
It's also the stupidest basketball shot I've ever seen.
Oh, well, that doesn't. I
I
wouldn't
made a
count with
half-court
it.
shot in Hazel.
Yeah.
I went for a bunch of money.
For what
You did?
Mm-hmm.
You want a bunch of money?
Well, no, we had this every day after volleyball. We played horse against our volleyball teacher, and every day we win, we had to buy him a flat of Coke, and we did like all season. We owed him like flats and flats and flats of Coke, and anyway, so
Your teacher wanted flats of Coke.
like Coca-Cola, and like flats of bottles.
Like he's the gym teacher, and that's so good.
And he's a
Good.
volleyball coach, not the gym teacher.
Well, I'm
It's even
still
better.
like an athletic.
Yeah, but also like fucking Deb Thomas was the volleyball coach.
No, it's got nothing to do with like who's the. I'm just saying it's like they
like
are they are athletic. They are teaching an athletic sport.
have
and
you
it's
seen
like,
have you seen the
that's
health-
their thing. It's like you got to think it's like what state the fucking like our athletic programs are in. If
it's
it's
like
that
Patty
thing.
Shannon was our
Yeah.
Hazel volleyball coach.
We don't exactly have the finest in athletics programs in these small rural Saskatchewan towns.
Anyways,
John I though, great volleyball teacher.
Anyway, I wanted to say, oh yeah, and then I was like, if I can take a half-court shot, we don't owe you anything, and then I sunk it.
Nice.
And Wesley and I freaked the fuck out.
like this is the health minister of Belgium.
That's a larger woman.
That's more than just larger.
That's
You know, Pokemon shit just got real when Snorlax got elected as a fucking minister.
Belgium? She loves chocolate.
that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's not good.
Like you could
I
actually.
mean, to be fair,
she is like an
the
antonym of
politics
health.
the politics of health don't really matter. It's not like
Okay, yes, she can do her job, but it's the she's
irony.
also the head of a like it's not. It's
So
more
you
than
think
just
that
capable.
person would be healthy?
at the very least not that unhealthy.
Like she's like the like
She is
if you
morbidly
look
obese.
in a
yeah, but I mean, like,
in an
the Minister of
antonym-
Health like has to deal with like hospital wait times and not like nutrition for the general public.
It's true.
It's
but
ju-
the irony is just
Oh, I mean, it's
is
tremendous.
ridiculous.
Like the Minister of Transport could be like a bedridden guy that can't. go
It's like
anywhere.
it's I don't know. It's kind of like
yes, I'm not saying she should be fired necessarily, but it's just the irony and
yeah, I know, absolutely.
the fact that she's representing health. It's like she's like probably gonna die soon. It's like just I don't know. Not good.
that's like no. She should not be the health minister. There's nothing about her that has. She has never even thought about healthy things ever in her entire life.
But that's
She has never been like.
the thing is, like, I don't-
Health is the last thing on her mind.
but like a minister,
she cares about food is
the
what she
Minister
cares
of
about.
Healthcare shouldn't be like a fucking gymnast and a nutritionist.
That would be far better than someone who looks like they're about to keel over from a heart attack.
No, but
Like,
if
I mean,
she's, if
she-
she's really
her
good at
thing-
like administrative flow.
No,
and,
her
like,
thing is like they're like, what do we need to do to improve our health system? She's like, we need more KFCs though. We need to have a higher infrastructure of KFC.
I need in order to do my job properly, I need at least 3 pounds of chocolate every day. Brought to my office.
We need to stop building hospitals and we need to build KFCs that are as large as hospitals.
I love the Colonel. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in.
Well, how much time do we have left?
Oh, I'll give it a quick check here.
Maybe restart.
Oh, I don't know. Like, oh, jeez, falling down here.
Don't let him be the minister of standing up.
Little legsies.
He's arrested. Oh, Martin Shkreli.
I would never claim to ever be qualified for the minister of standing up.
He's been arrested on securities fraud
Yeah.
charges.
Yeah, he like fucked with the stocks. He's fucked.
Man, like
He Martha
you can't
Stewart.
get away. It's like fucking what's his name? football player that killed his wife. O.J. Simpson. It's like him too. It's like didn't go to prison for killing his wife. Went to prison for fucking
Well, this guy technically
Armed
hasn't done
robbery.
anything.
stealing. Yeah, stealing. Have you ever heard O.J. Simpson try to explain that away? He just says he's like, it was my stuff. It's like, great. Like that's why. So you can bust into a place with a gun. And
So like there's enough doubt with the whole OJ trial whether he killed his wife. Like I don't know. Didn't look into it enough, so I can't say I have an
He
opinion
wrote a
one way
book
or the
called
other.
"I Did It," and then like in small letters inside the O it says "if."
Yeah, if I did it.
And
just
the
Sell books.
the book chronicles if OJ were to kill his wife, how he would have done it.
Great.
Really?
Yeah.
I watched that documentary he did where it
That was interesting.
goes through the whole thing, and he like the whole perspective
From
of
his
that is
perspective.
he didn't do it absolutely, and it's very
Convincing.
convincing. Yeah, it's like it totally makes sense.
It's trying to humanize him for sure.
Yeah,
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
a good 15 minutes left, Bradford.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning
I don't need to say goodbye. I'm just thanking you for tuning in.
That's true.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in.
Midway through.
The inflection really sounds like I'm trying to end it.
Let's
Hey, guys,
find
well,
a
thanks for-
controversial thing to make this podcast worth listening to. This one.
Well, we have a controversial thing we talked about.
It's only controversial to you. I said we don't. All I said was that we don't have
Yes, the
a
struggle of the
resolution.
Tibetan monks is only controversial to them, but it still matters.
It's only
And I've also said if saying that phrase means so much to you, then you should say it, and because the bet has not been resolved yet. So you would be in fine conscience to say it because there's been. No
I'm gonna
resolution.
I think I'm gonna find a happy medium where I clip the soundbite of me saying it before and put it on an audio recorder and just play that.
Why bother with the runaround?
you know what
You might as
that-
well just say it.
that fucking health minister
It's
would be like.
hilarious.
It's funny, but it's like it just seems like such an asinine thing. Like, why not just say it?
Because I won't.
Imagine if the defense minister was a skinhead and had a swastika tattoo on his forehead. Like that's what that health minister was like.
Like the minister of I'm trying to think of like foreign policy was like a.
Yeah, it was a skinhead with a swastika tattoo on his
If he
forehead.
was really good at negotiating with foreign political members.
Nobody wouldn't be because he's a Nazi.
But he
So
could.
you absolutely wouldn't be.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't be a Nazi and then like fucking foreign people. Like that's against your whole credence.
No, but you don't need to like it. Like, politicians lie and do good jobs all the time. Like, that's all they do.
Name one politician that has ever lied.
You're right. No one has ever lied.
Thank you.
Like the Watergate scandal.
The Watergate scandal. It's truths. They were just trying to
truth,
reveal
that
the
was-
truth. What movie?
If you haven't
Forrest Gump, where they have like the scene with the Watergate scandal, and like he's the one who brings down, right?
Yeah.
He sees them
He's
with
like,
the
there's
flashlights.
a bunch of men with flashlights
Right.
across the way, and they're keeping me awake.
That's very cute.
Hangs up the thing.
He's like upset.
I guess my biggest thing to add to the 12 if you haven't seen Zeitgeist, the movie yet, give it a
Oh
watch.
God.
Zeitgeist disproves religion.
Does it? I thought it was about 9/11.
Zeitgeist.
No,
Yes,
Oh.
it is. It's about all that shit. It's so fucking dumb. I hate it.
I love Zeitgeist.
There's like 5 of them.
The first half of the first
Zeitgeist.
Zeitgeist movie is
It
great.
really, it's great, and then it's like,
It gets really
but
ridiculous.
then it's like the Rockefellers. They're controlling the banks. They want to put chips in us. Put chips in us all. We have to rebel against the system.
That's
Rebel.
the thing. Is like he starts pretty good, and then at one point they like in all the movies they really devolve, and then it's like
Like anyone,
aliens. They built the pyramids. It's like,
anyone,
oh,
The first
anyone
half
who-
disproves religion, Christianity.
it presents facts that, I mean,
what do you mean disproves?
You can't really
What do you mean
disprove
disprove Christianity?
like it exists.
It's
Like
a-
it's like Christianity's existence. It disapproves it. It's like there's no such thing. It's a figment of
It
our
more
imagination.
targets like
well, it's just like
the story around Jesus. Like
Oh,
that's
I
what
see.
it's.
that like say Christians like it's like their whole thing is that Christians claim that this is the first story of its kind. It's like false. Like ancient Egyptians believed in, and it draws all the parallels between the Egyptian
all these other
stories,
different
like
religious figures.
How
and,
like Osiris, I believe, had 13 apostles. One of them who betrayed him.
Yeah, he was born
He was
on the-
born. He was killed and then resurrected after 3 days.
Yeah,
Like,
and then he goes through a bunch of religions.
like a
doesn't he?
whole
And then
bunch.
he finds, like,
several.
essentially-
There's all these parallels between them. Which I mean, yeah, it's like
That just proves to me that there's like a mega religion that we don't even know.
Actually, if you want a really good sit down, watch the first half of the first Zeitgeist movie, and then just immediately start watching Inside Job.
Like the film?
Yeah, Inside Job's the greatest film ever made.
Oh,
Is that the one with
Second
Clive
only-
Owen in it?
No.
Inside Job is the documentary about the Wall Street scandal.
Oh, what's the movie
with
with
Matt
Clive
Damon.
Owen in it? Where
Matt
he's the
Damon
bank
is-
robber? You know what I'm talking
What,
about?
sorry? That's also Inside Job.
That movie's called The Inside Job too, right? Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah. It's a good
The one-
movie too, though.
You heard the where. Now I'm going to tell you the when. And like he
That movie's good.
It was good, yeah. One of those ones that only has kind of one watch through
Yeah,
potential
because like once you get the
twist, it's
yeah,
like
it's like whatever.
what's the point?
All right, guys.
Also, Exit Through the Gift Shop, great documentary. One of
That's
my
fuck.
favorites.
It's a mind fuck.
It is. Well, if you look at the theories behind it, it's like
And then
There's-
the
there's
theories
three-
behind the theory.
there's three like main theories. You've seen Exit Through the Gift Shop?
I don't
right?
think so. No, doesn't
It's
ring
one
a bell.
about the street artist Mr.
Banksy.
Well, no, it's not about Banksy. It's about Mr. Brainwash, the French guy who followed around all the street artists and like documented street art in LA and like the rise of street art.
Mm-hmm.
And it's this whole documentary about him, and then he ends up talking to Banksy and like working with Banksy for a while and like following him while he does stuff. But then there's like after you watch the movie, you find out that Mr. Brainwash, just like this French guy, he ended up like hiring, like deciding I'm going to be a street artist, no artistic talent, hired all these people to like mash up all these images together, created this fake art show, and basically like made a mockery of art because all these people are like, oh, this is like so innovative, and it's just like he had this team of artists who did everything for him. And anyways, you should really watch it. Really brilliant documentary.
and then like
But the theories behind it are
then
like,
there's just like Banksy hired the guy and like
yeah, it's like this is the whole
And then the whole thing
documentary
was like a big art.
was the whole thing was actually orchestrated by Banksy, because the whole thing in the film is like he had the original.
because
Was,
Banksy's still anonymous.
yes, he's still anonymous. There's just a film that came out about him. Banksy Does New York, a documentary, but the idea was like because he filmed for a while, then he went to Banksy with like the documentary he came up with, and it was like so jumbled and whatever because he filmed for like 12 years and just had all these tapes and shoeboxes and like he said the original documentary came across as like someone flipping through TV channels, and it was just really bad. It was just like flipping through all these TV channels, and that was like the point of it. So Banksy took to editing the film is the idea. And so the big theory though is that the whole thing was faked, and it was Banksy who
It
created
was
the
like a
project.
huge art installation.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's like
And then there's another theory that that guy is Banksy.
Right.
that's fucking. The thing is, like, I think Banksy is now. I feel like a lot of people now emulate Banksy, and like I feel like a lot of Banksy art isn't him.
Banksy, yeah.
I feel like he's become like.
Well, Banksy's kind of an
become like a
idea.
style now. Yeah.
He's an idea.
Yeah.
Well, kind
He's a
of.
symbol.
I mean, the thing with street art.
All right, guys.
Stop. Fuck.
I will not stop. This is a free-form podcast.
You send the health minister of Belgium or wherever the fuck she's from an email, and you tell her that you are a strong supporter of her work and you really like her.
I'm actually going to read up on what kind of policies she's enacted and like her effective rate.
You send her an email and you ask her and you say, "Hey,
Thank you.
yeah, you."
If she tries to have sex with you, you say thank you.
I don't know. That one might.
No,
she might-
you said any woman. If
she
a
might-
woman
no,
forces
there's
someone-
exceptions. There's exceptions.
No, there's
to
no
every rule.
exceptions to your rules.
What are you talking about?
You're so adamant in all your beliefs that like you can't yell about something and then say that there's an exception.
Oh, absolutely, I can. Absolutely,
Well, I mean,
can.
technically, you could do anything in the confines
Absolutely,
of the
I
law.
can scream about ridiculous things. It is what like screaming about. That's the funnest things to scream about is ridiculous things.
Who do you think would win in a knife fight? A monkey or an octopus?
A monkey.
Monkey.
I'm gonna go
Monkey.
octopus because he can like.
They're not fucking super like.
But they don't need a knife. It'll just kill
No,
them.
it'll just the monkey or the octopus will just like
Just kill the monkey. Just drops the knife. Fucking.
will just big tentacles around the arms and constrict him to death and strangle.
I
him.
agree. I feel yeah. I guess it depends on the size of the octopus too.
If it was like a silverback gorilla, then it would be like a great fight, I think.
Oh, the silverback would eat the shit out of that thing.
No, but like the octopuses are also very strong.
You mean like a really big octopus?
Yeah.
Fuck, that would be fascinating to watch. An octopus just duke it out with a gorilla.
Like you wonder, it's like it wraps up and like the gorilla can't move, and then it like breaks out and just like rips the octopus's arm off.
See, the fucking scary thing too is like have you ever seen people with like, or like pictures of people with like scars from octopus, like their
They
tentacles?
sting him?
Well, no, they fucking when they suck
suction.
on and then they rip them off and it just tears your skin right off because they're so suction. So I mean, fuck. It's like imagine an octopus just going right at your face and then have to rip it off your face. Octopuses might be superior to human beings.
Yes.
You think for
Also,
sure?
if an octopus swallows something too big, its brain is in its neck.
Like it swaps its brain, like it moves it.
No. Its brain is like a tube
Okay.
inside, like where it eats. So if it eats something too big, it like stretches its brain and like can kill it.
That's interesting.
It is a brain tube.
Possibly one of the most terrifying, all the most terrifying animals, both sea and land, live in or near Australia.
Yeah.
One of them being the box jellyfish or sea wasp. It has enough, like, poison, like it's like a jellyfish, but it's super potent and smaller, and the sting can kill you in 10 minutes.
It might be that jellyfish, or I don't know if it's another one. But I watched a nature program on it, and they said that anyways, it's this tiny little jellyfish, and it has like one of the most potent venoms in the world. And then they said that there's no reason for it to have that. Like in this show, they were like, there's no explanation for why evolution developed this potent.
God
it's like
give it the
it's
thing,
prey. It's prey, and the enemies that hunt it don't need that much venom to kill it. Like even close. And it's like that venom could kill like anything. And it's like, and then the whole documentary was them like being like, why the fuck would nature create a venom that potent if it like serves literally no purpose?
Yeah.
And it was pretty fascinating. That is interesting.
It's because God did it.
Why would God do it too, though? I mean, like either way.
Also,
Like, why would
how is
he's
it fair?
fine.
How is it fair that tigers exist? Like they're the most unfair creatures. Like I can't imagine a thing that a tiger couldn't just fuck up.
Great white shark.
But that's just apples to oranges. Because like I mean, if a great white shark is on land, then of course the tiger's going to win because it's got the advantage. If a tiger's in the ocean, I mean, great white shark is going to win because it's like can.
Polar bear.
No, tiger'd still win.
That'd be a good fight.
I want to see.
It would be a good fight,
I want to
but-
see a silverback gorilla fight anything.
Badger.
A tiger would fuck up a badger.
They're tough little fuckers.
Like tigers have giant paws with claws that are very sharp and long. They have teeth as sharp as fucking knives, and they always go for the kill. They always go for the neck.
I've seen
wanna
a,
fight a
I've
fucking
seen a,
silverback
I've seen a
gorilla fight.
badger survive a direct run-in with a fucking half ton. They're tough little bastards.
I want to see a silverback gorilla fight anything.
Fight anything.
They're so powerful.
Yeah, that might be a good fight too. A fucking silverback gorilla versus a tiger. Because that's the thing. That's the thing though. If the tiger doesn't get that first fucking jab in, and that gorilla gets a hold on that tiger, it would literally just pick it up and hit it on the beat it on the ground
Like
until
rip
that
it apart.
tiger is just a bag of broken bones and flesh. That's the thing. That tiger's got to make that first shot. Because if he don't, he's fucking dead.
They usually make that first shot. Like if we're not talking like I don't want to say fair fight, but if we're not talking about like drop them into arena straight up like 1-on-1, who's gonna win?
The silverback would have a good chance.
In that scenario, but if it's just like they're in like
The wild, because
The wild.
the tiger's also really
Yeah, I
strong.
think about the
stealth, like the
silverback though is
stealth.
like their
Tigers
main
are
thing
all
is like
about
they go
stealth.
for your neck, right, and they puncture your trachea or whatever, and then you fucking suffocate. That's their main.
Like
They
the thing
fucking
with
go
the
for the throat. But silverback gorillas, they have so much fucking flesh and like muscle and like fat. I don't even know if a tiger's fucking teeth will be able to get through all that shit and get to the trachea.
I don't know. Tigers always attack from behind. They always go for the neck. So it's like the tiger's coming from behind, even if it doesn't kill. There's gonna be some fucking damage done by those teeth.
that's
biting
it.
But that's
the
what I'm
neck.
saying though. Is like that gorilla, like
He's
if
pissed
you
off
bite him,
now.
like now he's mad as shit. And if he gets one fucking hand on you,
I don't know,
he,
that's
like
a
I
fair
said,
point.
he
That's a
is
fair
just
point.
going to beat you. Like he's going to use you as a. I can't even.
Like I would love to watch a silverback gorilla NFL football game.
It's like if
Oh
a
my
gorilla
God,
gets a
that would be
hand on
awesome.
you,
Like
if
all the players are
Gorillas.
silverback.
if a gorilla gets a hand on you, you might as well be a hamster in a sock because like that's you're dead.
Like
Planet of the Apes is
the
terrifying. for that reason.
shittiest, most sickly, weakest silverback gorilla is way more powerful than the world's strongest.
Jokes,
man.
man.
Like I'm talking like a cancer-ridden, like furs falling
On
off.
death door.
Like
on
a dead
death's
one.
door.
Like a dead girl.
super old.
Yeah, like and like
Like that's the thing. Like if those mountains of muscle and flesh had any type of like human level intelligence, we would be so fucked.
Extinct. Like,
There's
immediately.
nothing we could do.
like they could take a gunshot easy.
Oh, they could take like Bill Brasky can take a 12 gauge to the chest. Fucking a silverback gorilla can take a 12 gauge to the chest, no problem.
Bill Brasky.
Bill Brasky.
All right, now I think we're finally out of time. I believe. All right, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This last podcast was a bit
Disjointed.
disjointed. There's a bit of empty spaces in there.
Dead air.
But it was the last podcast, so
Merry Christmas, because tomorrow you're going to be opening your presents.
Happy holidays.
No, we say Merry Christmas
Happy holidays.
or whatever.
actually, I don't think I know anybody personally that doesn't celebrate Christmas or would be offended if I said Merry Christmas. Maybe Bram. I know two Jews from Vancouver.
I don't think they would be offended.
No, I don't think so. They don't. I also definitely don't watch this podcast. So
Shout out to Bram. Shout out to what's that girl that I talked about on Brad Plays?
Lauren Denissick.
Shout out to Lauren Denissick.
Shout out, definitely to Lauren Denissic. Who's the other one? I think there's another Vancouver kid that I can't remember.
Anyway,
Lauren's the main one.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Have
you.
a good.
We'll see you in the new
night.
year.
Oh yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
And we'll fade out on that.
Ho, ho, ho.